Hey there, watch community. Today I bring you a special review on a timepiece that brings more value than most watches in the $100 price bracket. Yep, you guessed it, Casio. Stay tuned for this one. Very impressed with this little guy. This is the Casio Illuminator W-218H1 AVCF. I had to write that down. There's no way in hell I was going to remember that reference number. I mean, maybe it's not as bad as something like Orient, who loves to give you coordinates for a reference number. Anyways, I digress. Is it worth it? Stay tuned and you'll find out. All right, so now we'll move on to the specs on this little guy. So we have a case diameter of 46 millimeters. We have a case thickness of 11 millimeters. Some of the functions that you get with this timepiece, or some of the complications, I should say, you do get a stopwatch with this, which, just to kind of, let me just backtrack there. So the stopwatch is probably one of my favorite functions on this timepiece. The reason for that is I use it a lot. So when I'm doing my workouts, whether I'm doing suicides or laps, I'm using that stopwatch. So it's definitely a function that I appreciate for certain. One of the things that I do love about this resin band and the way that Casio does this, and I don't know if I can get this in the frame here, and yes, I can. So you see these little stoppers right about here underneath the case and the, anyways, so that helps it conform nicely to the wrist. So this band will not fold anything further than that, and it helps just conform to the wrist. So it's a very comfortable fit. So as much as I hate the feeling of this resin band and how cheap it feels, it's very practical. So I will say, Casio, well done. Water resistant, it's 50 meters. So it's roughly about 165 feet of depth. You get the illuminator, basically the LED light that comes with this. I'll be honest with you, this sucks. If I had to choose a timepiece that has a better backlight, I would say the Indiglo is one of my favorites. I think Timex executes that flawlessly, and on my previous video, you can see me kind of explain the Indiglo function that timepiece had. You also get an alarm function with this. I've tried using this alarm function, and I must say, it's terrible. I never hear it. Because it's a very light chime. Now, if you're not sleeping, of course, you can hear the chime on this timepiece, which it does every hour. It chimes to let you know that the hour has passed. But again, I don't hear that chime or the alarm or whatnot whenever it goes off. You do get roughly about a 5 to 7 year lifespan on this battery, which is pretty good. That's all going to depend on how much you use that LED light. And I think that pretty much covers all the specs for this timepiece. Okay, so moving on to how does this watch fit my lifestyle? I gotta say, it really does fit my lifestyle perfect. It's the reason why, even though it's not the how do I explain this? It's not the most intricate design or most elegant design in watchmaking. For some reason, I found myself liking this watch more and more every day as I used it. And I gotta tell you, I haven't yet taken it off. This is what I've been wearing all week and some. And I have plans on wearing it for the rest of this week. So we're probably going into 2 weeks with this timepiece. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the only time I have worn a watch for a long period like this has been when I first got into watch. I think I bought an Invicta. It was some sort of Invicta Pro Diver. It was about a 44 millimeter timepiece. It was a quartz movement. It was a terrible watch. Nonetheless, I bought that watch because I had seen a video somewhere about the Rolex Submariner. And to me at the time, ignorant to designs and things like that, I found that watch to be very attractive, and I was like, man, that's the watch that I want. And then I seen that Invicta Pro Diver and decided to purchase it. And long story short, what I mean to say is, this is the longest I've worn a watch. And I have other watches in the $400 to $500 price range that I haven't worn this long. So this being a $16 watch, I'm very impressed with how much I actually like this watch. If you don't own any Casios, I highly recommend looking into these. or just Casio in general. You have the Casio, which a lot of people refer to as Royal Oaks. Big fan of those. Highly recommend them. So yeah, as far as it fitting my lifestyle, it's extremely durable, very legible, very comfortable for me to use on the wrist and it not bother me throughout the day. So I must say, I love this watch. Now, some of the things that I dislike about this watch, it feels like a toy. It feels very cheap. It's extremely light. This resin band sometimes makes my wrist a little bit itchy when I sweat. So, and then also this stopper here, as you slide this back and forth, it tends to really chug on those hairs, man. So, those are some of the things that I don't like. And then this thing right here, the buckle it's plastic. So I don't know how well this would hold up over time, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Well, there you have it. That's my take on this Casio. I highly recommend this timepiece. I think it's a great beater watch, a great replacement for those automatic watches and those higher end watches. You don't want to be putting through those tough situations, whether you're working out, playing ball. I actually almost ruined one of my automatic watches the other day. I got home and noticed the seconds hand was doing this on the 15-minute mark, and that was prior to me getting this Casio. And hence the reason why I went out and got this to be a beater watch, something that I can use in place of that higher end watch that I own, so that I'm not putting that through its paces. And I can say that this is definitely something you don't have to worry about. You don't have to baby this watch. Put it through its paces. Definitely run the, put it through the test of life and see what happens, right? Again, at $15, $16, it's so what? It gets messed up, you go out and get yourself another one. But yeah, I think Casio is notorious for making durable watches like that. The only thing I guess to worry about is this resin over time getting a bit shiny, but you put a magic eraser to it, it'll go back to its matte look. But yeah, there you have it. That's my review on this Casio. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to put some comments in the comments below and give me your feedback on it. Anything you think I can improve on, feel free to put it on there, and I'll be more than happy to definitely put that into action on my next video, and hopefully I can continue to provide better quality videos for you guys. So yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. Follow me over on Instagram's WatchLife777. That's my Instagram page. I'm constantly posting pictures of watches that I'm getting or watches that I'm going to be doing reviews on. And I'm constantly also sharing some of the things that I've learned with photography. So catch you on the next one.